Hi friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. Today is kind of an impromptu, very unexpected little rant or vlog or video that I wanted to do that relates to some new games that I saw coming out next year, which I'm extremely excited for. I only knew of one of them, of the four that I'm going to talk about. I saw it naturally via the Game Awards show. I had to go to the dentist yesterday, which I wasn't elated about, but when we came back, I noticed everyone was like streaming. I go, oh shit, I'm going to have to watch one of the streams. So I decided to watch David Jaffe's stream, and that because you always get a twofer with him. You get not so much the entertainment from the stream, but just his own reactions are priceless. He tends to be overly critical of the industry, especially like really heavy cutscene trailers and gameplay like that. He likes to see the gameplay, and he gets really irritable. And I'm kind of the same way. I understand it. I know why they do it. They're trying to generate the hype and the mood and the feeling and all that. But at the same time, it's like, just show me the gameplay, because that's what gets me excited. I can see through the hype. I can imagine whether it's a genre or a scenario, like a Mad Max game. I could see myself without overly theatrical cinematic trailers. I could see myself enjoying that, with the car combat and the melee combat and the exploration and all that. And to me, that's what gets me excited. It's like the original Rage trailer they showed, the very first one that showed the live action scenes and colors. And I'm like, everyone was just cringing and rolling their eyes and oh God. But then the next day or day or so later, they showed the gameplay from it. Then it radically changes everything, and that's my best argument for why I prefer gameplay always over cinematics in the way of trailers. So Jaffe was really just getting wound up on it yesterday, and I had fun. At one point, I couldn't help myself. I said, I never make comments on these stream deals, but I left one comment, and surprisingly, he read it. I'll show what he said here. He thought it was amusing as well.
Corey just needs to stand up and walk away. What is this guy? Sons of Anarchy's here, folks. The Sons of Anarchy have showed up. They're at the convention center. The Eye Roll Awards, big-time cutscene heavy previews to capture the feeling and vibes of games for millennial. God forbid they show real gameplay. I know.
So anyway, it was fun to watch. Sadly, we have to go to bed early. You usually go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. I stayed up till 8:30 to watch just a little bit more of it because I wanted to see more. And I said, I got to go to bed. I said, I can get up the next morning and watch the rest of it once he uploads it to YouTube as stream from the night before, along with everyone else and the brother that's done the streams on it. But it was good. I'm a big fan of Jeff Keighley. I think the world of him. A really nice guy, very likable. I like the fact that early on he invested a lot of his own money, put his money where his mouth was, and bankrolled his own show. I think that says a lot for him, shows how much he loves video games and how passionate he is for the industry. So based on that alone, I said, I'm going to sit and watch this one. I've never seen any of the others, but I said, I'm going to try to see if I can get through this. And like I said, just watching Jaffe react was priceless. That was very entertaining. My wife was getting annoyed, though. She just thought that he was extremely annoying, so I'm trying to turn the volume down just enough where I can hear it, but not so much that it's going to annoy her as she's going through her phone, doing her own, research and things. But it was good. It was, I enjoyed, we already knew the God of War and, Red Dead Redemption. Again, I haven't played any of those games, and as it is, I'm like 2 years behind. They got the new Just Cause 4 game out right now. And I've got Just Cause 3 downloaded digitally. That was a wonderful gift, over a year ago. And I've played maybe 45 minutes of it, the very beginning of it. And it's fun. I don't know that I'll get the new one. I'm not really into timed missions. I hate missions where you get so many seconds to get something done, like Mission Impossible, or you die or the mission ends, you got to do it over. I'm not a fan of that, but I do like some of the challenges that they had in Just Cause 3. So I probably won't get Just Cause 4, and it looks like some things graphically are actually a downgrade, which they had to do with the water and a lot of things in order to get that better, smoother 30 frames per second, smooth performance on consoles. But anyway, getting back to the words, so but while I was at the dentist, initially they showed one. I saw a new gameplay preview. I don't know if it was IGN or GameSpot, and it was a game called Dangerous Driving, which apparently is a spiritual sequel to the Burnout series. And it kind of makes me wonder if maybe this is why they did Burnout Paradise, to test the market. Again, I'm not sure. I don't know if Criterion's making this. I'm not sure which outfit is making it. But it looks good. It looks very fluid, fast. I noticed the roads are extra wide and extra smooth for really super high-speed racing. They showed like the nitrous on non-stop on all the cars, so I don't know if you slowly build up nitrous or you get it from the get-go all the time. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's or obviously that could be an alpha build. I don't know if that's the finished product that we're seeing, but I certainly love what I see. It looks great, and I've been dying for, chomping at the bit for a good arcade racer with that kind of impact and crashes, and so it looks really exciting. And that's one of the things I loved about Mad Max. Every time you ram into a car, it kind of slowed down the slow motion and showed the impact, and I love the Burnout series for that reason. Or even the Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, the reboot years ago that we had in 2012 or 11, whenever it was. Even that was nice, some of the slow motion wrecks and all that. So that's one game that I knew nothing about, never saw coming in 100 years. Very exciting. I don't know if it's going to be out next year, but it looks good. And then I see the award show. I said, well, I'll watch it, because they usually show trailers of upcoming things. And I already saw a little snippet of the new Far Cry. What's it called? Far Cry New Dawn. And all it shows is like a nuclear bomb and a guy with a buzzsaw blade, for a skill saw or something. And I knew right away what it was. Well, this is brilliant. They're actually showing an evolution, a true sequel. And that you watch, they're going to take the exact same map, kind of like what they did with Far Cry Primal, where it was kind of emulated the map of Far Cry 4, and they just reskinned it for Far Cry Primal. This is the same damn thing. And I don't know I don't know that it shows the entire map, but it shows a good portion of the map. Maybe parts of it you can't go in because of radiation. I don't know how it works, but it looks like it's primarily the same map, but 17 years in the future. I think it's a brilliant concept. I never saw it coming. I'm amazed that they've already got it coming out next year. So they probably already knew this, and it's been in development for some time, obviously, as they've not only got a wonderful trailer for it, but they've got gameplay as well, which I've seen. And I'll show some of that here, but it looks good. It looks like more of the same. I just love the premise. It's more of kind of a Mad Max post-apocalyptic. I mean, now we're getting into something that I really like. This is finally a genre for me that I can get involved with. It looks good. I like the concept of it. I think they're even going to show the guy, the villain. God, what's his name? I don't even remember what the guy's name is that was in the first one. That was the villain. They had the cultist there, but it shows even him in this one. So it looks very intriguing. It looks like there might be a little bit of pandering in this one, but it is what it is. I mean, there was in the last Far Cry 5 as well. I haven't even played Far Cry 5. That's the thing. So they got all these games coming out, and I usually complain that there's not much for me, but frankly, where I've got a backlog, I haven't played Mafia 3 yet, I haven't played Far Cry 5, Ghost Recon Wildlands, so I'm so behind on so many AAA games from last year and even the year before. So I'm at this point, and then lately, that's all I've been doing is playing PlayStation 1 games. I've been on a bender for like 2 weeks going apeshit in my garage with PS1 games up the ass. I'm having a lot of fun with them. And that's what got me all inspired to do my Twisted Metal little retrospective piece I did yesterday, because I get so excited to be re-immersed. And I got my modded Xbox. I still want to finish Jedi Outcast and so many, and Scarface and so many other games on that. So frankly, if they've come out with just 2 or 3 really nice, polished AAA big games a year with 30 to 60 or 100 hours in them each, that's fine with me. And I saw that last night. I was really excited. So Far Cry, the New Dawn looks great. I'm really excited. I noticed they kind of ripped off or emulated the Rage thing, where you can see now we're getting away from all the browns and beiges and multiple shades of gray and taupe that we had, with all of the Modern Warfare games and so many shooters that the last 10 years or so. Now I notice everyone's like having an oversaturation of color now, and in a way I like that. As a visual person and an artist, I think it's great. So right away, that's the first thing I thought of, is like, this is like a blatant ripoff of the new Rage game, which I'm very excited about. That one I knew about, and I'm quite pumped about. So then they show a new trailer for the open world dynamic, which is primarily Avalanche's aspect of it. They're doing all the vehicle combat and the big open world, the vastness and all that. And man, it didn't disappoint. The music was just cringe. It's like, God, who picks this music for it? I love the visual treatment, kind of the cartoony visual look of it, how they're kind of zooming around the map and showing the basic dynamics of the landscape and what you're going to get in this open world, I think was fantastic. It looks great. The combat looks awesome. The engine looks fantastic, very fluid and smooth. I love the car combat. I really dig the Mad Max Road Warrior, esque kind of look and vibe to it. Very cool. So it was nice to not only see, a little bit of the kind of the cinematic aspect, but they showed some gameplay as well, and I thought that was great. So, in fact, if I can swing it right now, I don't have the money, but I should, by then, by the time Rage 2 comes out, I'm going to be working. That's usually typically a very busy time of year. I think that one I might actually spring for their best collector's edition. It may be one of the last big collector's editions I'm going to buy. It just looks so cool, and you get a ton of in-game goodies with it, as well as a really cool talking monster head thing, which I think is just very cool, very dynamic. I'd love to see that in my game room. So very pumped about Rage 2. I had already planned on getting it, or getting a good version of it down the road. I think it's coming up in a couple months, May or something like that. So that's perfect. The timing's perfect for that. I'm not sure when the Far Cry New Dawn's coming out. And then they showed some other games. I mean, the new, of course, we have the new Smash Brothers game just came in. Everyone seems excited about that. It's just not my thing. I'm just not into it per se. They got a Crash Team Racing little trailer they showed, which actually looks really good. I think that's going to be a really good Mario Kart type game. I don't know that I'll get it, but it looks good, and I could see myself playing that if push comes to shove. The other one was the Mortal Kombat 11. Again, another cinematic trailer, but then again, everyone knows what Mortal Kombat is. It's not like you can imagine the gameplay, but still, it would have been nice to show maybe a little cinematic part, but then just wrap it up with a little gameplay. Is it too much to ask? So we can see what it looks like with the very cool dynamic backgrounds and all that. That would have been nice. God, the music for that was just cringeworthy. Who decides the music? They got this slow-paced rap music that's just out of sync with the action. Very odd. This was the cringe aspect of the entire award show. It's just the music. Again, I'm not into the Devil May Cry and a lot of those, games. I mean, nothing against them, but I just sit and I'm just like waiting for the next thing, waiting for the next thing. Some of the indie games do look good and promising. They had something for the, what was it, the guy that, the No Man's Sky devs showed a really kind of cool, really nice visuals. I love this art style in it. But again, it's all cinematic, no gameplay. You don't know, and when it's all said and done, it's like, well, that was nice. I mean, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what the gameplay is. Is it a platformer? Is it an RPG? I don't know. But it looks interesting. I'll be definitely waiting to see more on that. What was the other? Oh, but the big one, the real big surprise was by Obsidian. They showed this, what's it called? The Outer Worlds. Wow. That really caught me off guard. I never saw that in a million years coming. Kind of a turn of the century type vibe, kind of a Jules Verne-esque style of writing, the characters, even the language, the way that people talk. It's very Victorian, very cool. I absolutely love the art style. It's like you took Mass Effect Andromeda, BioShock Infinite, and Fallout New Vegas and put them in a blender, and that's what spat out, It looks very, very cool. I was really surprised, totally blown away. That's one that I'm definitely, that's a day one purchase for me. It looks great. I love Obsidian. Now, I have the Fallout New Vegas, but I never played it. And apparently they're the same devs that did the original Fallout 1 and 2. And they even have, it's not so much of VATS, they don't call it VATS, but they have a similar gimmick in that as well, where you can temporarily kind of slow down time, kind of a Max Payne bullet time deal, and then you can select maybe the aspect of the enemy that you want to hit, perhaps. So it's similar to VATS. I don't know that they're going to have a name for it that's like VATS, like an acronym, but it looks very, very cool. I absolutely love the art style. It looks so cool. They're not going to have any romance options. I never care about that stuff. I never do those in Fallout 4, or even if I played Mass Effect, I don't care about. I don't play games role play. I've got a real live woman that I'm married to. If I want to have some action, I've got all the action I can handle, and then some. So I'm not into the role playing aspect of romance, but I do like the RPG elements, the fact that you can pick and choose your questions, and that's going to change the answers and interact with them in various ways. Very cool. I love what I see. It looks really cool. So that's pretty much it. It's something I was excited about. I just want to take a few minutes and share with you what I thought was really the highlight of that show. Is not so much the award show itself, as nice as some of it was, and I did enjoy aspects of it. It was interesting that they had, Phil Spencer and the head of Sony and the other guy from, I guess, Nintendo were all together on stage. It was kind of nice that they all pulled together for a few minutes. Probably went out and had drinks afterwards or whatever. But that's fine. It shows that the community is pulling together. We all love video games. I could have done without a lot of the pandering that I saw laced throughout the entire affair. But other than that, it was nice. It's fine. I can see it for what it is. And it's nice that we can come together and have something special for gaming and gamers. Again, though, I'm just not into the esports and a lot of that stuff. But there's something for everyone, and there certainly was plenty for me. I was really excited. That kind of really exceeded my expectations. I always look forward to the new trailers, but I really was blown away with seeing so many great games. 3 good sci-fi type, games, 2 very post-apocalyptic ones, and then the wonderful sci-fi, the Outer World or whatever the hell it is, and then discovering this new Burnout game is just fantastic. That was a cherry on the pie. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas. I've had some time off because work has been slow, so it's very easy for me to kind of produce these videos, and I've been gaming a lot too as well, which is really a treat. Been waiting all year for this, so have a wonderful Christmas. I might try to squeeze out another video or 2 before Christmas, we'll see. But if I don't, Merry Christmas, have a wonderful New Year's ahead, and enjoy your games and gaming with your loved ones and friends and family, because that's what it's all about. See you guys.